Canada's national rugby team faced a monumental challenge when they played an inspired French team for the second time within a week. On top of the pressures that normally accompany an international match, it would be the first women's test ever played at Stade de France. Canada won the first match, but the loss only provoked the French. The Canadians knew the French would be looking for retribution, and the players' nerves, though hidden well, were high before the test. The IRB also announced that the two teams, ranked 3rd and 4th, will be in the same pool in the 2010 World Cup. Both teams had every reason to perform, but it was the French who were able to turn the pressure into a solid performance and especially played to the occasion. France came out of the gates hard, and even though Canada expected this, the relentless French attack amounted to an early try for the Europeans. Canada's unforced errors were costly, and their slow start left them playing catch-up. As a result, France took a 12-0 lead into the second half. The Canadians can take solace in the fact that though they were outplayed in the 80 minutes, overall, they are not outmatched by the French, as was evident in the scrums and in Dijon. With 25 minutes remaining, Canada's Tabitha Stavrou was given a yellow card, leaving her squad to defend a player short. With Canada outnumbered, it didn't take long for France to convert the card into points. In front of a crowd of 8,000, France blanked the Canadians by a final score of 22-0. Canada tried to put the loss aside so they could somewhat enjoy the rest of the historic evening, which included tickets to the France-Samoa test. After the men's match, Canada changed into their number ones that were handmade and designed by teammate Barbara Mervyn. The post-match reception, which was hosted by the French Rugby Federation, was attended by both the women and the men.
On a lighter note, may I acknowledge the presence of the female rugby teams here today, Canada and France, and may I thank you, all the beautiful ladies here tonight, because that's the only reason why Manu Samoa is smiling tonight. Thank you.
France were exemplary in hosting Canada all week, especially on this night, and the players did their best to soak up the experience, but the loss was never far from their minds. Fly half Brooke Hilditch was at a loss to explain her team's performance.
None of us seem to be on the same page today. We've been working very hard with our conditioning and in the gym, and to have a result like we did today was very, very disappointing.
But we only make progress when it's hard.
Maria Gallo agreed with Hilditch that the outcome was disappointing, but also pointed to the World Cup as the bigger picture.
We were kind of like opposite George from Seinfeld today, to be honest. We did everything that we were told not to do, which was kind of really weird. Disappointed with the outcome. Such a great build-up for it, and just a bad way to end the tour. But hey, they're in our pool at the World Cup, and that will give us a little bit of fire in the belly, and we'll have to fire it up. I mean, it comes to the point where we keep talking about performances, and now it's time to perform. This is like the first step for the World Cup.
Congratulations for this match, and we have a meeting next year.
Though somewhat hesitant, Canada's captain Leslie Cripps was able to see past the result to the experience as a whole.
Now that I look back, it was amazing. At the time, I was trying not to think about it and just looking at it as another game. But obviously, great honour to be the first international women's team to play against France in Stade de France.
De convivialité. I'm a great defender of the traditions, and I'm very pleased that we are together tonight, the women and the rugby, the whole family of rugby.
Cripps was honest about where the loss puts Canada in the eyes of France, but said it will also serve as motivation for her squad for the next 9 months.
I think we'll be seen as underdogs, we'll be seen as something just to get through rather than to actually overcome, and I think that's the only, that'll be good in our favour, and we'll have today's defeat to spur us on.
So we look forward to meeting you at World Cup, and we will be preparing, and I know you will as well.
The next time these two teams will meet will be on August 28th in London at the 2010 World Cup. Reporting for Rugby Canada, I'm Meghan Mutrie from Victoria, BC.